FreedomMunitions.com, your online ammunition destination, presents The High Road with Keith Warren.
First off, I'm grateful to be an American, to live in a country that still has country like this. It is wonderful. I love doing this kind of thing. I love it. You know, Texas is a big state, and it's like 800 miles from one side to the other. And I've hunted almost all of Texas, except here. This far west Texas place, this will be the first time I've ever hunted this far west. My outfitter for this hunt is named Eddie Tiblis. Eddie is salt of the earth. He's awesome. He's been guiding over a half a century. There's not too many people that want to guide for that long. Eddie is not only knowledgeable, but he's a people person. Yeah, he knows the country, he knows the animals. He's gonna put any hunter in the right spot. But the thing that I like about Eddie more than anything is that he is a people person. And just driving around and listening to his stories, you can tell that he's been doing it for a long, long time.
This week I'll be taking Mr. Keith Warren on a management hunt. The ranch is over 100,000 acres. I've been guiding on this ranch and hunting on this ranch since 1992. We've got a world of Oudads. We are going to be required this year to kill approximately 200 ewe Oudads to try to manage our herds, and that's what we're doing this week.
The last time I shot this rifle, I shot a mule deer with it down in Mexico, and that was about 3.5 months ago, 3 months ago. And so it's time to check zero just to make sure everything is fine. I'm shooting the same ammo, nothing has changed on the rifle. I clean them, I store them, I do everything right, but things can happen and a rifle can get off zero, so I encourage you, no matter what kind of case you use, make sure and check zero before you ever go out on a hunt.
First thing we're going to do once you come out here is we're going to double check zero on your guns. That's the same thing Keith did. We checked zero on his rifle, and once we made sure the zero is on, then we shot tannerite.
The main reason why I like shooting tannerite after I zero my rifle in is just to make sure it gives my confidence just a little extra boost. I think I hit it. I like that cartridge. We're on. There's something about sheep hunting that gets in your blood, and any sheep hunter out there knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's not so much the animal that we go after, it's going to be the country that we go after them in. Sheep live in some rugged, remote country. Anybody who's ever hunted any type of bighorn sheep or Dall sheep, that's kind of a good idea of what it's going to be like when you aoudad hunt. You're going to need to spend a lot of time behind the glasses, and you're going to need some good binoculars to come out in this country because you're going to be seeing thousands upon thousands of acres every day. And if you don't have good binoculars, I promise you, you're going to get eye strain. And what is eye strain? It's when your eyes get really, really tired. All right, we've got about an hour and a half before we lose camera light, and we've got over 100,000 acres of some pretty rugged ground. We're going to take off and just do some scouting. We may see if we can slip up on an aoudad or a coyote, or who knows. That's the cool thing about this country. Who knows?
Who knows?
The High Road with Keith Warren is presented by Reconics, Walls Pro Series, Legendary Arms Works, Sightmark, and Supercharged Scent Killer by Wildlife Research Center, 99%. The High Road will be right back. Now it's time for viewer feedback, brought to you by Protect the Harvest, Protect the Hunt.
This is from a viewer watching our shows and videos off our YouTube channel. It says, you make shooting a rifle look easy. What advice would you give to be a better shot? The advice is really, really simple. It's practice, practice, practice. If you want to be a better golfer, you practice at golf. If you want to be a better singer, you're going to practice singing. And if you want to be a better rifle shot, practice, practice, practice. Wow. What a beautiful country. It really looks like the Eastern Cape of South Africa. I mean, this is some kind of rugged stuff right here. You think, how could anything live out here? Not only do the Aoudad sheep live, they thrive. So much so that they need to be managed, just like anything else. And we're here to do some managing. You know, Texas is known for having wide open spaces, and you know, we've hunted in a variety of different places from east to west. But this particular hunt, I mean, you talk about wide open spaces. This redefines wide open spaces. The country is vast. The elevation runs from anywhere about 3,500 to 4,500 feet, and it's rugged West Texas mountains.
Typically, our typical hunts, we don't do a lot of physical walking. We spot and stop out of a vehicle just so we can cover a lot of country.
It is an expansive amount of property, and it is covered up with wild game. All right, let me tell you what's going on. We've got a bunch of sheep we spotted from a long ways off. We ate lunch over there on that mountain, and they were up here on top of this ridge. So what we're gonna do, I've got a radio, Eddie's got a radio. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna jump up here on top of my high rack. Eddie is gonna ease forward real slowly. I'll be able to see a little bit better than he can, and as soon as I see something, I'm gonna kind of key the mic so he stops, and hopefully he can get up there. So take it slow. If you're on a management hunt, you're going to be shooting females, otherwise known as ewes. And for me, I mean, I've hunted a lot of Aoudad, but I'm always hunting the big ones. Okay, so it's real easy to tell a male from a female. But when you're hunting ewes, it's pretty tough. So you got to look for their gear, as I call it. But if you can't see their gear, you're going to need to rely on somebody like Eddie to tell you, that's a female, shoot it. Eddie, stop. Yeah, kill it, get up here. The sun and the wind in our favor here.
Far left is a ewe.
Okay, that is a ewe?
Yes, sir. Get her good right there. Congratulations.
All right, man.
Good shot.
Thank
Good
you.
shot.
Thank you.
Good long shot.
Good deal.
We'll give it a minute, then we'll ease over and recover that sheep.
We're going to show y'all what we do with an Aoudad sheep. A lot of people don't think they're edible. We're going to show you what Eddie does to them just as soon as we get to it. Oh yeah, look at that. What a beautiful animal. Oh yeah. What a cool animal. Look at this. Boy. Isn't that where you're supposed to shoot him?
That's where you're supposed to shoot him right there. That's a good shot.
All right. I wound up meeting Eddie at Harrisburg, Pennsylvania at the sportsman show up there. And Eddie had one of the biggest Aoudad sheep in the world hanging in the booth. I found out that he had what they call a cull hunt or a management hunt. And I said, that's what I want to go on. I want to see some beautiful country. I want to see lots of animals, and we're seeing lots of animals. Tell them about the management hunt.
Well, the management hunt, we've figured out that we have too many sheep on this ranch in this area, and we're going to do our best to cull these animals down to keep a healthy herd.
Just like white-tailed deer, just like any species, they need to be managed, period. And so Aoudad sheep are cool animals. They're actually from the northern coast of Africa. Look at her hair. I mean, it's a coarse hair, kind of more like antelope, I guess, than the deer.
Yep, it's a hollow hair.
And on its knees, you can see where it's kind of got calloused up on its knees. Its hooves are really interesting looking. They're soft on the bottom, which allows them to get up these cliffs and maneuver in this hard rock real well. But they're cool animals, and they're actually pretty good to eat. Eddie's gonna get a chance to show you here what he does with these animals, so we can take the the best part of the meat home and eat it. Thank you. Thank you.
Certainly welcome. Beautiful stuff.
It is wonderful. I love doing this kind of thing. I love it.
The High Road with Keith Warren is presented by Pulsar, Timber Creek Outdoors, Legends Ranch, the Lucas Oil Outdoor Line, Record Rack Deer and Elk Feed, and FreedomMunitions.com, your online ammunition destination. The High Road will be right back. Now it's time for Gear Care, brought to you by the Lucas Oil Outdoor Line.
When I started shooting AR rifles years ago, I was noticing there were a lot of guys with oil and just bathing their guns in it. And I thought, man, that's crazy. And so I found the extreme duty gun oil and I started using it because all I had to do was just put a light coating on there one time and I was done. But I know you use it. Tell everybody why you use it.
Well, last year I set a world record with an AR. I fired 10 shots on 4 targets and right at 1.5 seconds. When I'd get to go practice, I'd bring like a 400 round, 500 round box, oil it up. Don't have to worry about burn off. I can shoot for my practice session. Matter of fact, the rifle would get so hot, I had a portable fan I'd bring out. I'd burn a magazine, set it up on the fan, go out and patch the targets, come back and shoot again. I didn't have to worry about the rifle. I just had to worry about me shooting fast.
Okay, and the thing is you only oiled it one time.
That's it.
Okay, so, you know, I sit here and if you're going to the gun range and you see guys taking oil and just bathing their ARs down with it, you really don't need to do that. I mean, the extreme duty gun oil will handle it just one application and you're done. And the cool thing about it, this little bottle right here, I mean, it's got a very small little needle on the end of it. So if you want to put that in a little tight nook and cranny area, you can do so with it. It's the extreme duty gun oil made by Lucas Oil Outdoor Products.
For more information on the Lucas Oil Outdoor Line, visit our website and join us on Facebook for more Gear Care tips.
All right, I want you to use my knives in order to do this. And I'm going to tell you that these knives have only been sharpened from the factory. And literally I've cleaned I don't know how many hogs with them, deer with them. They're diamond blades. This is a friction forging process. They're expensive knives, but they are worth every single penny. And like I said, they were sharpened at the factory. They haven't been sharpened since, so just check that out and show everybody what you do. One of the cool things about this hunt is the fact that we're going to pack out every single ounce of meat from these Aoudad. Most people don't think Aoudad are good to eat, but boy, is that a mistake. Aoudad are extremely lean and they're tough, which means what you need to do is you need to butcher them out, take them home, and grind them. And after you grind them, you can use them for a variety of different things. Spaghetti, lasagna, sloppy joe, chili, and there is no telling what I'm going to make out of it. One of the things I think is interesting about wildlife is that private land ownership is the reason that we have such success in wildlife. When you start looking at a big piece of property like this out in West Texas, you really realize that it's up to the landowner to make sure that they leave it better than it was when they got it. And so in regards to this particular piece of property and much of this area, Aoudad sheep weren't even here basically 50 years ago. But they're here now, and they're here in a big way because of private land management. And it's not just Aoudad sheep that call this area home. I mean, it's mule deer. There's more mule deer today than there's ever been out in this country, and the reason why is because private land ownership. And where you have mule deer and where you have Aoudad and you have great private land management, guess what else you're going to eventually have? Feral hogs. How far is he?
213 yards.
Here goes. Got him.
You hit him. Good shot.
He's gone down. Let's go get him before dark. Man, West Texas desert and a hog. That's a nice hog too. That wind helped us big time. Boy, look at that. That's a good size hog too. Holy smokes. Look at the size of this hog. We are in the West Texas desert. Eddie, hold that for me, please, sir. I gotta roll this dude up. You can believe the size of this hog. Look at that. That's a big, big hog right there. Holy smokes. Look at him. Boy, I mean, that's a good looking color one too. He's nice. All right, got a question for you. So if a hunter comes out here hunting for aoudad, whether it's a trophy hunt or a management hunt like I'm on, what is your policy with hogs? How many can they kill, or is it unlimited?
We'll harvest and kill everyone we get opportunity to kill. No extra charge.
Hear that, folks? Well, everyone you can kill, you're allowed to kill. So bring a big ice chest. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. That's a cool looking hog right there.
The High Road with Keith Warren is presented by AirVenturi.com, Liberty Safe, Shadow Hunter Blinds, Supercharged Scent Killer by Wildlife Research Center, 99%, and Tannerite brand binary rifle targets. The High Road will be right back.
In conjunction with these management hunts, we specialize in trophy hunting the giant rams. A typical giant ram is a 30-inch ram that'll have greater than 14-inch basis. It will be equal in comparison to killing a 170-inch whitetail. I've been hunting and guiding on this ranch since 1992, and I cannot think in all those years on aoudad that we have taken a trophy aoudad that has been less than 30 inches. Come up here, there's a water hole right at the bottom right here, Keith. Yeah. And I rarely come up here that there's not sheep around that thick water hole. We'll ease in there and maybe whack another view.
Okay. Bowen. Sit down. Why didn't you tell me before I pulled the trigger that it was going to be a god-awful place to get one?
We got a parasail back at the truck. Have you ever parasailed before?
No, and I'm not going to try here. Holy smokes. Boy, that's pretty cool right there. That's sheep hunting at its best. All right, what we did, we just shot that sheep in the bottom of, almost the bottom of a god-awful tough canyon. So Eddie's got a little pack frame here, and I've got my knives. We're going a little walk. All right, guys, I think this is it. There's the big trees, there's a bunch of water right there. I think we got to drop off this cliff. All right. Let's see how we're gonna do this without breaking the hip or something. Woo. We're gonna have fun getting this girl out of here. Look at all the blood here. There is all kinds of blood right here, and she's right there, right where she's supposed to be. Well, look at that. Boy, got her lined up right there on a rock, and what a pretty spot to show this sheep off. Again, this is a ewe, aoudad, a Barbary sheep. And take a good close look at them. Their ears are small. Both females and males have horns. Of course, the males are going to get much bigger in body size than this. They get big, long chaps. They're beautiful animals. And what I'm going to do, I've got a pack frame to come down in here on my knife so I can take the back straps out and debone the meat. Basically, I'll carry out the hindquarters. She's got real coarse hair and beady eyes. And you take a look at these eyes are kind of on the sides of their heads, and they're big eyes. And they have got unbelievable vision. They've got a really good nose. Their ears, because they're so small, they don't have too good a hearing. But this one right here was an old mama ewe of the bunch, and this was a good one to take. So we're going to get started on this. If y'all want more information on coming out here to West Texas and hunting opportunities, just contact, get a hold of the website on the bottom of the screen right now. I can promise you I've lived in Texas all my life, and I have never seen a place that is this rugged, this remote, this beautiful, and this full of game. Look at it. What a beautiful animal that is. Although I was on a management hunt this time coming out here, I saw some remarkably giant rams. And I will be back, and the rams are one thing that's calling me back to this country. But there's something else that's calling me back. It's the country itself. When you take a look at how vast it is and how rugged and remote and absolute beautiful, it's like eye candy. Everywhere you look is beautiful. All that wants me to come back too. But there's another reason to come back. It's because of the history that happened here in West Texas. There are actually caves on this piece of property, and I'm looking forward to coming back. And even if I didn't have my rifle with me, I'm looking forward to coming back and exploring. And exploring is something that hunters do. Every morning we wake up, it's an adventure, and we explore. I hope you enjoyed today's show, and if you did, we would love to hear from you. Shoot me an email, and if you shoot me an email, I promise you I'll take the time to get back with you. I'm Keith Warren, and thanks for watching The High Road.